Right now is the perfect time to make the change you've always wanted, whether it's a laser procedure or helping treat some underarm sweat. Dr. Richard Jackson from Changes Medical Spa is here to talk more about some great gift ideas for not only Mother's Day coming up, but Father's Day is coming up as well.
Yep.
Thanks so much, Dr. Jackson, for joining us.
Thanks, Anna.
So let's talk about some of the more popular things that are perfect time to get done right now before summer hits. MiraDry, the underarm sweat that a lot of people are self-conscious about, right?
Right. That's a permanent treatment for underarm sweat and odor. And for normal sweating, one treatment is usually enough. For people with severe sweating, 2 treatments does the job for the rest of their life.
Perfect. And so tell me a little bit about what you do during that process.
Well, we use an anesthetic to make sure that it stays comfortable, and the underarms are treated in small spots. And after the treatment, people are able to drive home or go back to work if they want to. And there's not really any downtime. There's a little bit of tenderness afterwards, but the sweat stops immediately.
Very little downtime, and the perfect time to get it done before summer and those warm temperatures come, right? And also a very popular thing right now, the laser facelift. Tell me a little bit about that.
That uses our Photona laser. It's a combination of different laser procedures, and it gives a really significant amount of lifting as well as stimulation of collagen, and it helps to eliminate wrinkles, helps to get rid of brown spots and redness, and just a good thorough facial rejuvenation in addition. And besides that, we give discounts if someone gets one of those procedures. We give discounts on Botox and dermal fillers if those are needed, and also some very effective medical grade skincare products, which can really help enhance the results too.
Wonderful. And we saw pictures just on the screen when you were talking about that, some before and afters, which is great. Another thing that's so great, you can also use that on your neck as well too, right?
Yes, neck, chest. We can do all those together, and we customize it to the individual's needs.
Wonderful. And when they come in and talk to you, you can kind of talk them through about that process. And what's so great too is that, you know, you ask people not to really go out in the sun a couple days after that. So right now is the perfect time, right, before summer hits.
Yeah, we put some sunscreen on.
Yeah, exactly. Also, sculpture. Tell me a little bit about that.
Sure. Sculpture is our laser treatment for which permanently kills fat cells. And after the treatment, the fat cells are removed by the body over the next several weeks. The pictures that we've shown or are showing show one person who had a really good result after one treatment. Most people require 2 treatments. We can do it on just about any body area. It's very flexible. We can treat 4 areas at a time. There is very little discomfort, and the treatments are done within a half an hour.
Wow. And when do patients start to see the results?
The results take generally, some people see some results after 2 weeks. Full results are at about 8 weeks. Okay,
great. And so the ideal candidate to come in and talk to you about the sculpture, who would that be?
Usually someone who is at about the weight where they want to be, but they have some stubborn areas of fat that just won't go away. That's really good for those.
That they need to tone up, right? Right before the summer months. Also, laser hair removal. A lot of people are going to be in, you know, bikinis or those swimsuits or those tank tops. Just an easy thing to do, right?
We love to do it. We've got a laser that's specially designed for fast, effective, safe hair removal, and we can do anything from small areas like the upper lip or the chin. We can do bikini areas. We can do a whole back in about 10 minutes, a chest, and we can do legs. Legs take slightly longer because the shape is a little more complicated, but it's very effective and safe.
And takes the hassle out of it, right?
We just ask that you don't come in with a sunburn.
Right. That's probably a smart idea. And tell me a little bit about post-laser hair removal. What's the downtime about that?
There is none.
Wonderful. It's all great. All right, Dr. Jackson, thanks so much. And you will be joining us, actually. Chris and I, we will be announcing the winners for the Mother-Daughter Lookalike Contest. You were a great sponsor for that as well.
And we're open today until 7 if anybody wants to get a gift certificate.
Yes, last-minute Mother's Day gifts or Father's Day gifts or graduation gifts, right?
Right.
All right, Dr. Jackson, thanks so much. We so appreciate it.
The preceding portion of Daytime Tri-Cities was sponsored by